everybody, and welcome to Should I Stay or Should I Go movie reviews. And tonight's movie is The Shape of Water by Guillermo del Toro. Wow, what a cool movie. It was really probably one of the weirdest movies I've seen in a while, but I really liked it. So I'm going to give it an 8. But it's one of those, you really wouldn't for sure. It's kind of like Beauty and the Beast and kind of like Creature from the Black Lagoon and kind of like, I don't know, something completely different. Maybe a little bit of E.T. I don't know. It was really interesting. I really enjoyed it, and glad we finally got a chance to see it after it's been out for what seems like many, many months. So that's mine.
Okay, so on to me for The Shape of Water. I was hoping to love it. Because I like science fiction, I like a good mystery, I like a good love story, but I think I have more questions after the movie than I had before the movie. I really want to say what the hell just happened. That's like how I feel about the movie. So I think that everyone could form their very own opinion after you watch the movie about what happened, what occurred. We'll talk hopefully a little bit about it in the spoilers because I'm interested to hear some theories because I have some. But I'm only going to give it a 6. So, for me, it was
Okay. The way that I describe the movie is it is a romantic sci-fi with some non-important romance.
I know so what you're talking about.
Too, it being stuck in there just randomly almost, and I liked the movie. I mean, it kept my interest, but after knowing that it had been nominated for so many awards, I'm just kind of wondering who nominated this movie. Who comes up with the nominations? Because it just wasn't. It almost reminded me a little bit of La La Land. Is that what it was called? Where it got all those nominations, and I watched it, and I'm thinking, really? So I'm giving it a 6. Also, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen.
I agree with Shane in the fact that it was different. It's a very different movie, and I applaud the director. And I like his other movies. I'm not going to butcher his name because I can't even say it, even though Shane...
Guillermo del Toro.
But, I think it kind of follows the style of the other movies that he's made that I've seen, which is cool. But I was looking forward to really enjoying it, and I didn't really love it either. Kind of like Sharon and Amy, I was a little disappointed. It kind of, to me, it ran almost like a Disney children's film with a couple really brutal, gory scenes and some gratuitous sex scenes that definitely made it inappropriate for like family. But it would have been a good family type of almost Disney style of movie. Just the story, not necessarily the...
Parts of it, yes.
Yeah, so, and I do agree, it was kind of a sci-fi meets a romance fantasy, so certainly different, and I enjoyed it for that, but I'm going to stay with the 6 like the ladies here.
All right, so we'll come back to me, and we'll do some spoilers now, so if you don't want to hear any spoilers... So I think it sounds like there's maybe 1 go and maybe 3 wait for videos. So we'll wrap it up here in a minute, but we're going to get into the spoilers. So if you don't want to lose anything or miss anything or hear anything you don't want to hear, you can tune away now. So from spoilers perspective, from some of the stuff that I've read and watched, Guillermo talked about it as a fairy tale for adults. I will agree that there was some sex scenes in there that, especially the masturbation.
Right at the beginning.
That we had to see it twice.
Yeah, we didn't have to see it once, but we had to see it twice. It actually made me feel uncomfortable. I felt like, why is it there?
I know.
It adds nothing to the story. and
Yeah.
it does. So if it would have been for that, I probably would have gave it a 9. It just, to me, that was just not called for.
Let me
But-
clam onto that though, really quick.
Please do.
I kind of felt like the reason that they showed that is because she was more comfortable and
With Her
in the water
sexuality.
when
Yes.
she was in the water. And so we're talking about the lead of the movie, the lady who played the lead in the tub, and she was every morning she had a routine, and part of that routine was masturbating in the tub. But I think
Yes.
maybe as we start to talk about our thoughts on what the deal was, is that she was more at home and comfortable in the water than anywhere else. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
That's,
Well, obviously, yes, because I feel like that's the whole theme of the movie. I mean, I know The Shape of Water is a metaphor, right? But I felt like they let us into that. So she was in an orphanage and she was found in the water, and then she can't talk, and she has these perfectly gills. And I called that early on in the movie. I was only after she was so comfortable with the creature, right? I was thinking to myself, well, she's a creature too. I mean, she's a fish or
a
something,
half-breed, right?
Right,
That's
right.
what-
She's a something. And then I also was super confused by at the beginning of the movie where you see the whole apartment building that they live in was all full of water, and she is dead, floating above the couch, right? So
The opening sequence?
The opening
Yeah.
sequence, which Shane tells me, we did talk about this a little bit because I was confused about that part because I assumed that would be the ending of the movie too because it said 3 days earlier.
mm-hmm.
And he said it was just an opening sequence or something. Like it was made for, I don't know. Anyway, that confused me because I was like, why isn't the apartment building flooded and why is she not floating on the sofa asleep? Like I was confused about all of that.
So
I don't know.
I have a theory on that.
Yeah.
My theory is the whole thing was nothing but a dream. She was dreaming. She was in the water, and then
This fish man.
next thing you know, she is this story is the story that's telling out inside of her dream. That's one theory that one could go with. But,
Which
because otherwise
Yes.
I'm sure they did not film that opening sequence for no reason. So that it leads to something.
Unless
but
they cut it out and we didn't get
Well,
to
and it
see
said
it.
3 years earlier.
yes, it did
So,
say 3
I mean,
years
that's-
earlier.
Yeah, I was not sure what the connection
So
was still
yeah, me
either though.
too. I was super confused by that.
Yeah.
And as Shane said and Amy said, and I think Todd said, I think we all agree that there was random scenes in there. So I told Shane, and we normally don't talk about the movies, but we did actually see this movie yesterday. So we did talk about it a little bit last night because I left the theater feeling super confused about what I'd seen and wasn't sure how to feel about all of it. But I felt like it could have been about 45 minutes shorter. So I told Shane we didn't need to see her masturbation routine twice. We didn't need to see the
FBI kind
guy
of
at home with his family. Like that had no tie into the
No.
story to me at all. A lot of the characters, like you mentioned, I think, Amy, that you saw a lot of random things about certain people in this movie, and none of them really brought anything to the movie. So I really wasn't sure why we were spending a lot of time on them. So I felt like they spent a lot of time on things that I didn't think were all that important.
Well, I thought the cast and acting was good.
It
Yeah.
was. I
Everyone
loved
did a good
her
job.
friend, right? Her friend was super
yeah,
funny.
Olivia or no, Octavia is her
Yeah,
name.
she-
And Michael Shannon did
Yeah,
a
he
really
did a good job.
He's typical.
His fingers were froze.
Yeah, Michael Shannon and stuff, but yeah,
Anyway.
it was interesting if nothing else, right?
But I kind of thought that with those scars that she had on her neck, as soon as you see the claws on the water thing, that maybe he was the one that caused that, and then later in life she ended up having this relationship.
I don't know, but she had sex
They were
with
gills,
him.
though.
How weird is that?
I'm
yeah.
not saying it was her dad. I'm just saying it could have been him that made those scratches.
No, she was half human and half creature.
Yeah,
That's what
I think
it was.
I think it's what it was.
to me.
too.
That's how I took it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some people that are artsy will love this film, and you really liked it, so I think that's great.
If you like his other films, I think you'd like this.
yeah,
pretty
it's,
well.
Yeah.
it goes right along with Pan's Labyrinth for sure.
Yeah, but don't take your kids.
Yeah, but
I mean,
please don't take your kids.
No.
It's definitely for a mid-teen or older.
But even if you've got teenage kids, don't go with them. Let them on their own.
Let
That's
them
really
go.
awkward.
yeah.
Just a little.
So we're gonna wrap it up and move on to the next one.
Yeah. So Shane's saying.
Shane's saying go.
I'm
Shane
saying,
maybe wait. Yeah.
I'm saying, go if you like that kind of thing. Wait if you're questionable about
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah. Definitely worth seeing in the theater if you're a big fan of his.
yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful up on the big screen. It's one of those things you just see it and it's amazing to look at. They really did a great job with that.
The creature. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then.
All right, like, share, subscribe.